Okay, we're running. Going to do another episode here of Aunt Barb's Magic Oven. This being chapter or segment 79, Cards on the Table. Okay, I kind of like this one myself. Yeah. I was very tickled with myself for having written it. Well, I'm not bragging, I'm just saying. I did like it. Whether it's, I'm sure my English teachers all of them, could I'm sure would rip this to shreds, but that's all right. I'm still happy I wrote all this. It's pretty neat. Anyway, Aunt Barb's Magic Oven, cards on the table. I tried to do the math. So for 12 hours or so, I've been alive in a kind of heavenly road trip. In addition, for 4 hours as a human, I've been dead. I'm going to start to stink a bit. I said to Gabe. Yes, Gabe smiled. Yeah, you've also got all this green stuff all over your teeth, too. But forget that for now. You have a decision to make. Listen carefully. From what we've seen of your human life so far and how you've got along during the test, we think you're developed enough to train to become an angel. We think you'd be a good one. On the other hand, and it was God who brought this up, if we leave you here on earth, you might just maybe be influential enough to point others in the right direction. That could be very beneficial as well. In short, you could be of use to us no matter where you wind up. You're not perfect, but you're heading in the right direction. In a case like this, we let the person decide for themselves. You have to decide. Do you want to remain on earth or do you want to hit the clouds? No matter what you choose, you'll be considered an apprentice angel. If you stay here on earth, you'll be hearing from us now and then. One other thing, you won't perfectly remember everything you saw during the test. How should I say it? It'll come to you in dribs and drabs. I'd have started scratching my head, but as a bubblehead, I had no hands. I wondered out loud what God would want me to do, and Gabe said that God wanted me to decide for myself. I tried to think. If I went with the angel thing, I wouldn't have to die again. That would be nice. But then I thought of my kids and the rest of my family. Gosh, they're going to go bonkers when the news comes, and the kids, and they're probably already sitting around the house going nuts and crying. If they've already heard, gosh, I'd rather die 1,000 times than have them suffer. Gabe said that I might be able to influence other people into bettering their lives. From what I've seen, even strangers are sort of like family too. I couldn't for the life of me see what I'd be able to do to make folks into better souls. I couldn't see any real talent I had for that kind of thing. I also considered the fact that I really had buckets of work to do on myself before I even thought about trying to influence others. In many ways, I was certainly no one to criticize or even attempt to help or instruct anyone else. Frankly, at times, I can be a real stinker. Still, maybe just a smile in the right person's direction or a simple kindness to a passerby might just turn things around. Maybe saving a person at the right time in their lives from a car wreck would set that person on a world-changing mission. The people on earth are my family. Good-hearted people are a necessity. Maybe I'd be wise to spend some more time helping them, and that could only help me to become a better angel someday. Even if I wasn't a far cry from perfect and had a long chore ahead of me, I could at least help others along the way. I made my decision. I turned to Gabe. Gabe, I want to stay here and do what I can. With a little luck, maybe the next death will hit me like a ton of bricks. Even if it doesn't, so what? I'm telling you up front, though, that I'm not even 1% perfect. Still, the way I see it, I'll be a better angel someday because I started from the ground up. I mean, what do you think? From way up above, we could hear God whooping it up with a few attaboys thrown in for good measure. God also yelled to Gabe to take a note to lose those stupid harps in heaven and replace them with pinball machines. Gabe grinned a whole lot and laughed a bit too. He pounded on my bubble head and laughed some more. We were hoping you'd see it that way, he said. Let me see that cross I gave you during the test. Gabe had to reach in through my bubble to get the pin. I figured he wanted it back until he could give it to me when I left Earth the next time. He put the cross between his teeth and yanked out one of the jewels. It was I'm sorry. It was it was the ruby on the bottom of the upright. He then stuck the pin into his coat pocket as he spit out the ruby onto the street below. With that, he patted me on the bubble head and told me to go down into the back of the ambulance and shake up the duty crew. He said how it looked like they were asleep after a long night of trying to save my dead butt. Gabe also said that I should, for him, kiss Grandma. He thought she was a world-class human. Well, he was right on that score. He also said that he'd do what he could for Sonny and Burgess. With that, he went poof and was gone. I sat alone on top of the Newcastle Rescue Mobile Number 3, looking a lot like an emergency flasher's long-lost cousin. Well, there you go, friends. That's number 79, right? Is that? I think that's what I said. Oh, my gosh. Tell you. I was so busy writing this thing. Okay, yeah, 79. Well, we're up to 80 tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get that in. Okay? Till we meet again, treat each other kindly. God bless. Bye now.